Directing.
There you hear that call out, and you see the transporter erector, or the strong back, beginning to recline away from the Falcon 9 rocket here at Space Launch Complex 4 East. T-minus 2 minutes, 53 seconds and counting. I'm going to squeeze in just a couple more comments before we get into the last minute of the count. Welcome to new channel member, Mike Mahoney. Joining us at a later level. Really appreciate that, Mike. Butterfly asking if SpaceX has ever launched 3 times in one day. We believe there's been at least 1, if not 2 times within 24 hours that they've launched 3 missions, from our recollection. Eric Scaramuza with a $2 super chat saying, watching from Nashville. Thank you for your great stream. Thank you, Erica, for supporting us. Mike Mahoney with a $5 super chat, joining in from Kensington, New Hampshire, to infinity and beyond. So we're now closing on the final 2 minutes of the count. Since we are within the last 2 minutes, we're going to go ahead and keep our eyes on the Falcon 9 rocket, just in case there's any last minute something or other that crops up, and we want to make sure we're paying attention and have our ears open here.
Stage 2, lock load complete.
And with that call, the Falcon 9 is now fully fueled with 1 million pounds of propellant and is less than a minute and a half away from the launch of the Starlink 7-18 mission.
Gas close out.
And again, the venting you're seeing here are the ground gas closeouts that you just heard that call out for.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And in just a few more seconds, we should hear the SpaceX launch director give their go for launch. And again, at the top right-hand corner of your screen, that is
LD is go for launch.
Launch time in real time. So you're about 30 seconds away if you're in Southern California. So keep your eyes peeled to the skies.
T-minus 30 seconds.
And we are under 30 seconds now from the SpaceX count, just over 10 seconds in real time. So we're going to go ahead and listen in as SpaceX counts off the launch of the Starlink
T-minus 15 seconds.
mission.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go Starlink, go SpaceX. MOD tier pressure nominal.
Vehicle is pitching downrange. Power and telemetry nominal.
And with that, we had a good liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket, now a minute into flight.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
That call, the vehicle is now traveling faster than the speed of sound. After 3 scrubs,
Max Q.
no fooling, we are past max Q, that point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. Coming upon a few events in, again, rapid succession, we'll have first stage main engine cutoff, or MECO, at T plus 2 minutes and 25 seconds. That'll be followed a few seconds later by stage separation. The Merlin vacuum engine will ignite, and then a little after 3 minutes into flight, payload fairings will deploy.
MVAC chilling in for ignition.
The call for MVAC chill, they are thermally conditioning that Merlin vacuum engine, preparing it for ignition. And a nice view of the curve of the Earth just off the left-hand side of the screen. As it looked like a beautiful launch at sunset. Hopefully some folks in Southern California got treated to a nice view tonight.
MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
And all good callouts from the SpaceX team, and some good visuals here from the Falcon 9's onboard cameras. You can see there on the left-hand side of your screen those hypersonic grid fins deploying on the Falcon 9 first stage. They'll help provide steering and stability as that booster makes its way back down towards the drone ship. Of course, I still love you. If successful, this will be the 87th landing on that drone ship.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And those Starlink satellites exposed to the vacuum of space now for the first time on this mission. Now coming up on 3.5 minutes into flight. The next milestone we'll see coming up will be that first stage
Both
entry
vehicles
burn.
are following nominal trajectories.
And a good call out from SpaceX that both the booster and the upper stage following their intended paths. Those bursts you're seeing from the Falcon 9 first stage are the cold gas thrusters, helping to provide some attitude control for the vehicle. A little over 4 minutes into flight, less than 2 minutes away from the start of that 20-something second entry burn. This booster that has supported this mission, tail number 1071 in the SpaceX fleet, made its 15th liftoff. We'll see if it's able to make its 15th landing today. And to go back to a question that we got from Butterfly while we're waiting on the start of that entry burn, just a little over a minute from now. There were a couple of times, as fortunately Stephen was able to run the numbers and look up some of the history for us in the background. Appreciate that, Stephen. There were a couple of times when SpaceX was able to launch 3 times within 24 hours. Back in February, they will launch the USSF 124 mission, followed by the launch of Intuitive Machines IM-1, and then Starlink 7-14. All those missions happened
Both
in
vehicles
the span.
continue to follow nominal trajectories.
Get some great views of the shadow of the first stage on the booster there. Getting the setting sun. As I was saying, those missions happened over the span of 23 hours and 4 minutes. Then just about 3.5 weeks ago, saw the launch of Crew 8, followed by Transporter 10 and Starlink 6-41. Those 3 launches happening within
Stage 1
20
entry burn startup.
20 hours and 3 minutes, right as we were seeing the entry burn begin on this particular mission. This burn lasted just a little over 20 seconds. But you can see the Falcon 9 first stage speedometer
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
has plummeted rapidly as the booster was essentially slamming on the brakes,
Stage
making
1
its way
FPS has saved.
down towards the drone ship, of course, is still Levue. Still seeing a nominal burn on the Falcon 9 second stage that Merlin Vacuum mentioned there. Nice view of sunset in the upper part of the screen. And with a fair amount of daylight there in the Pacific Ocean, we should see some nice views of the booster making its way down towards the drone ship.
Stage 2 FTS has saved.
Stage 1 transonic.
And the call to flight termination system has been saved. It's no longer needed on the upper stage. Coming up on the landing burn here. Less than 20 seconds.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
Some good callouts. We should see views from the drone ship coming up on the right-hand side of your screen momentarily.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And with that, we have a confirmed good landing of the Falcon 9 first stage booster B-1071.
And back shutdown.
Nominal orbit insertion.